This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so yesterday we have seen the till second point, like unit testing we have done, mocking we have done, and we have tested. We have tested whether that 5 operations are being working or not. We have verified. Now, for implementing the actual logic, what we have to do, we have to publish it to Exchange first. Otherwise, we cannot take it. First, we have to publish it as a asset. Asset in the sense, it is nothing but a property, a kind of property. It is our property now. That property will be under our account. Okay. For doing that, if you see, let me go. I think it was okay. Yesterday I have signed in. Let me sign in again. I think the session was expired. That's okay. Let me sign in. And somewhere I have written my, this is my account. Okay.
Madam, could you share your screen?
Oh, fine, fine. Just any point platform I am logging in. That's all. I'm not doing anything. I'm just logging in. Okay. Oh, what happened? One second. Let me unshare the screen. Why? Because it is. One second. Just I'm logging in. It is showing like invalid credentials. This creates a problem. This account. Oh, somehow I have forgotten this. Okay, let me. I'm creating one more account. Wait a second, please. As I'm creating again, it shows like something was missed. Somehow something was missed.
Madam, how to create? Please tell me.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Already we have done this in our initial classes. Even then, some name you can give. Again, I have to write. Something we can give. Okay. Again, I have to copy paste everything. Somehow I missed it.
One mail ID, one account is created, or number of
No,
accounts?
any only username you have to change. That's all.
Okay.
This is my username. Let me copy that. For case I have kept. Yeah, the account was created. Worst thing is again I have to create that flights API. That's fine. New account, right? Last account I created, but somehow I have forgotten username or password. Something was happened. Okay, new API specification. I'm just copy pasting. Flights info API. I'm creating. Create an API. Let us create. Let us just quickly copy paste and I will publish. Okay. So where is that? This is the one. If all at a time I will do also, it creates a problem. Let's see how it one by one I will try to paste it. Okay. So what I'll try to do, I'll try to copy paste everything. Let's see how it behaves. It should not create any mess. Thank God. That's fine. Control S, I have saved it. I have saved the file. That is fine. Now I am okay. Now I am okay. Everything is fine. Yesterday we have done till here only, right? Now publish means here you have a publish tab. You just publish it. You are publishing it to Exchange. We are creating our own asset. Let it publish. It is asking the version and everything. Whether this is like final version or it is still under development. It is asking. So normally in the real time when we are developing it, we will try to create under development. Why? Because there will be like minor changes. There will be some sort of minor changes will be there. So in that case, like gradually we will be developing it. Stable in the sense, okay, this is my final version of Ramen. That indicates that. Okay, anything is fine now as of now. As it is a training session, anything we can select. Saving a new version. Okay. Saving a new version. Now, yes, it is published to Exchange. Very good. So, whether it is published properly or not, we can verify it. Go to here, go to Exchange now. Here is the Exchange, right? Here is the Exchange. 2 minutes ago, I have published. See, if you are seeing in Learner's Zone, which is my thing, which is my account, there we can able to see like yes under this account this fellow has created this one. This is a reusable component. This is my API which is private to me. This is private to my account learners zone. If it is MuleSoft, it is public account. This is private account. So if you click on this, you can like you can write the documentation as well. That is a beauty here. You can test it even from here. So you can edit the documentation. If you want to write something about this API is related to, you can write that. This API is related to flights info. We can write that. We can just whatever we want, how many operations are there, which operations is doing what is the input, what is the output, all the documentation here you can do it. Okay, you can edit it, you can do it, and you can save it. Nobody will ask you. So why? Because if somebody else is seeing our API means at least they should understand. See, we have created, even though it is private, at least our team members will be looking it, right? Why? Because this account is like at higher level, our account will be only single account. Only users will be created, right? So the persons who belongs to our other project members as well, at least they have to understand what this fellow has written, right? So for that purpose, documentation is important. So this, as per our requirement, the whole documentation we can do it. And from here also we get the beauty thing is like here from here also we can test it. See, if you click on that, see everything it is appearing. Here also we can test, we can send, we can expect the response, right? We can expect the response. So from here also we can test it. We can test. That is what my meaning is. Okay, from the assert level also. During development also we can unit test. After publishing it to exchange also we can unit test. Anywhere at any level we can unit test it. But my suggestion is don't write and don't publish it like before testing. During development only testing is a good criteria. Why? Because after publishing it, if here you are seeing errors, means what you have to do again, you have to modify the code, and whatever you have modified again you have to republish it. So it is just like a redeployment kind of stuff. So what is the best thing is like first unit test there itself, and then final version you can publish it. Anyway you can do it, but long way is not preferable, right? When I say yes, this is what the publishing was done. Okay. So now I have done my publication. Where is my? This is the third one is done as an assert. Now my thing is like I have to using this assert. Using this assert, I have to create the flow will be automatically created by using those ramps. So for doing that, this part we have to do it in our studio. Let us go to our studio. Okay, and then we will be creating. Let me close other things so that it will not confuse us. Okay, batch process also I am removing. Try to create a new project. Okay, now here project name you can give like flights info project. Okay, and here you can see import a published API, import raml, import from design center. So import a published API means the one which we have published to exchange. The meaning is that once whatever we have published to exchange, using this you want to create the flows. Even other things are also there. Import raml directly. Locally we can import. We can keep it in our drive and we can import it, but normally this we will not be doing in the real time. This is only for practice purpose. Whatever the raml here we have created, we will keep on desktop and just we will browse that and we will do that. That is not the right thing. In real time we will not do that kind of stuff. Even downloading the raml from design center, that means after creating, before publishing, without publishing it to exchange, you want to develop it. So just you want to test it, you want to see like how the flows are creating. So before publishing that, before only you want to test it. So this also we can do it. But actual in real time, what we used to do is published one only we will take. Till now, whatever I have done, at least myself, I have like I have after unit testing properly in the design center, after pushing it to exchange, from there only we tried like creating the flows. If you ask like for other options, yes, you can do that. There is nothing like we cannot do. We can do that. Okay. Now, yes, I can do that. So I'm adding it from exchange. I want to take it from exchange. But the thing is here accounts we have to check. How many accounts are there? Accounts we have to add. I have created a new account. I have to add that account. Okay, why? Because I am taking the raml from the anypoint platform. That credentials we have to give it, right, otherwise how it will understand. So let's first give our credentials over here and then we'll see. Let me remove this. Okay, I will just write like platform account, otherwise every time I will forget. For every batch I will be creating a new account and every day 1 month it will expire, right? So somehow I'll forget. So let me write this so that it will be easy for me to remember. Okay, yes, here it is showing now. Let me create my, let me sign in. Let me sign in. I'm just adding my account so that I can pull that raml there. Yeah, I have accounted. My username is now appearing here. Now here I can search with my flight. So that here I can search. See, automatically FLIGH whenever I have entered in that account, in my account, it is searching. It is searching. Flights info. See, America is it is given by Milsa. This is learner's zone. So this is my API, right? I'm adding that API. Okay, I have to add it. I have to add it. And yeah, it got added. Let me finish. Now what it will do at the back end, whatever the methods we have written in that grammar, it tries to create all the flows. I'm clicking on finish. It will take like few seconds or like 2 to 3 minutes for creating that flows. So it just revolves. It takes some time. At the back end, it has to create the flows automatically, right? It's taking time. Let it take. Let it take. Let it take. It will take time. We have to wait. We don't have any other option. Okay. Why? Because it has to pull that from the AnyPoint platform and it has to create the flows. So definitely it takes a bit time. Allow the AnyPoint studio to load everything. Otherwise, errors will be popped up. We should not be in a hurry. Now it is building. Let it build. Yes. Now it got created. If you observe, see, this is only one listener. It got automatically created. And if you observe the error handling, everything like bad request, not found, everything, okay, it is still loading. Okay, fine. Like, see, everything it automatically created. Nobody has informed it, right? It is like one console thing. It gets even exceptional handling by default. What all the errors that could raise by this kit, automatically it has embedded, so we don't need to worry. And if you see the operations, see, put operation, I have kept one put operation in my thing, right? This is one operation. Delete operation, this is delete operation. Second flow, this is get flights, this is third flow. Get flights using URI param, URI, only URI. If I see this URI param, not query param, URI params. Using URI params, one get ID is there, and using query params, one get ID is there, right? This is normal thing. This is query param. Using query param, we have just like that slash braces, under braces, we are not able to see that ID. That means this is the one which we have created under flights, right? So that one. And response also, if you see whatever the sample there I have given, automatically it has created by itself. I have not done anything. I have done nothing, right? This flows automatically created. Post method, see, post method, that is nothing but that add flight is there now, that method, that this is that method. And whatever the in braces, whatever you are able to see that id, this indicates URI param. So this indicates URI param, this is related to URI param method. So see, automatically everything got created. So when it is creating automatically, you could see any API kit console. Okay, API kit console. See, this is API kit console. See, this is console. And this fellow will take care to whom the request needs to be propagated. If we observe the flows, so no listeners are there. In the 5 flows, if you see, listeners are not there. Only one console listener is there. And another thing is like this listener, router listener. So these two will take care. So when we are testing, I want to test the get method which is there under flights. If I am giving that request, this automatically, this router, the meaning itself indicates the router one will take care, and that one automatically it propagates its message to the flow which is there under post method. That is the beauty. So we can unit test it, no harm, we can unit test it. But what is my agenda? See, I have created the flows, but actual implementation of logic I have to do, right? Actual implementation of logic I need to perform. Am I correct? So actual implementation, this is a dummy data. The dummy data I don't want any dummy data. Here it is a dummy data, whatever. So id, if I am giving through query param, that I have to get the actual flight information. If I am giving SFO, the actual data, it has to touch base the target system and it has to get the details. That is what my thing. That is what the actual thing. Actual business logic implementation we have to implement. Nobody will implement. Only like flows structure and router creation will be done by that RAML. Router creation, as a router creation we will not able to do, we cannot create directly. So that is the reason we have written RAML, and using that RAML we have created the flows. But actual logic implementation is nothing but we have to touch base some target system. Now we have to get the actual touch base the target and system and we have to get the details, not the static data which I have defined in the RAML. That data is just like a static data. It is not the actual data. So for doing that, I have to touch base target system. Here my target system is what I'll try to use. I have MuleSoft DB. MuleSoft DB credentials I have. MuleSoft DB credentials. I have that. So in their DB, I have a table. I have the table name I will give you. That table I have. I will try to, it is also a flights table. Okay. That table is flights table. It gives the flights info. That flights info details, I try to get it from there. That means here now I have to drag and drop that database connector, and I have to provide the credentials of MuleSoft. Okay. MuleSoft credentials I will try to give. So those credentials first let me note down. I have those details already. Those details. This is SQL connection. Credentials are, I'm just copying on the notepad so that you guys also can connect. You can also see. Names of the DB credentials. Host name is this one. Okay, host name is this one. Port is 3306. Port is 3306. It is SQL database. Okay, credentials and everything I'll try to see. User is mule, password is also mule. Database name is training. Username is mule. Password is also mule. Just we can. So in that way, I'm just trying to show you how we are connecting to another system, which is not there in our. See, till now we have done so many samples on the. We have done so many samples which are on the Oracle database, which we have installed ourselves, right? Which we have installed by ourselves. But now I am trying to connect to the MuleSoft database. Okay, training. These are all the details. Now using these details, I'll try to give. Okay, only all these are all the details. And another thing is like database name also we need. Okay, query, which table, under which table it is there. The table name is America. American is the table. Okay, American is the table name. Okay, American is the table name. So let me write the table details, table name details as well. Why? Because you guys will not be knowing it. So this is the table name. So when I am writing the query, I have added this query in my connector. But actually American is the table which we have it. They have. Okay. So let's view the connections in our API. This is another workflow where I have given. Okay. Now see in which flow I am implementing in get under flights. So in the RAML we have this method now. In the RAML under flights we have get method, and this one I am trying to do it. So whenever I will give like USA or LAX, it has to get all the flights which are with that destination. So for that I am trying to connect to the MuleSoft database. Okay, so for doing that, use select query. For this operation, try to create it. I tried like keeping. I will name it. I will name get flight details. I am just giving that name. I have to establish the connection. I know it is a SQL connection. So whatever we have copied till now, driver we know it. Whenever we are taking any, if I am taking SQL means already I have shared this thing with you. My SQL connector I am taking. Why? Because I am connecting to the SQL database, so obviously I have to take that one. Okay. Host is yes. What is the host? Host is yeah. This is the host name. I'm copying it. I'm establishing the connection now. Okay. 3306 is the port that I remembered. Username is I guess it is Mule. Password is also Mule if I remember. And this is some training is the database. And let me test the connection. Whether I'm able to connect to the MuleSoft database or not, first let me check it.
I have one question. So
Yes, please.
In the RAML, you have said query param whatever destination, right? So, for example, if in my postman I give some other query param, name something
It will
else,
not
that
reach.
it will
It will
not
not
reach.
reach.
Will it complain like this is not defined, or how it will treat it?
Yeah, it will get automatically 500, no? If it is
Oh,
not reaching.
I mean, if I
Definitely
have
it will
destination also plus some other parameter additional, then also it will give back like
not take.
500. Okay.
Why? Because we kept destination and also we kept like it is a required field. So if you are giving other name, obviously that validation there itself it will go. No?
I mean, destination I am keeping plus some additional field. Still it will fail, right? Because other field is not defined.
No, no, no. It will not fail, but it will not consider that request. Only till destination it will consider.
So will it work or
So
not? Will we get success
it
response?
yeah, we will get. Why? Because see, if I am getting like destination is equal to some value, and you are
Hmm.
giving like another parameter and parameter you are keeping, and you are keeping some other thing. At least if destination equal to SFO, it is satisfied, na?
Yes.
It
Okay. So,
gives.
so it will
So
just
it
ignore others.
skips.
Hmm.
No other consideration it will not take.
Okay.
Okay. And now I'm selecting star from see where destination is equals to I'm keeping see it is a American this thing. So let us keep until America, and we will keep on transfer message, and we will see what all the column names we are getting. At least that column names we whatever the column names we are getting, that we will identify. Okay, let me keep on transform message here so that you will understand. This transform is dummy transform. Okay, that is static. We don't require it. We will remove that. Statistical data. I don't want anything, right? See, this is the actual. This is actual. This is actual column names. ID, code 1, code 2, airline name, to airport, from airport, takeoff date, price, plane type, seats available, total seats. So this is what the output which I am getting from the see which I am getting from this thing MuleSoft database. Okay, so here okay, you may ask, see we have written this parameters, right? Then what we will be doing with this? What we will do is like we are saying like we need this ID, destination, price, origin, departure. Only these elements we will map. You may get doubt, I'm getting so many elements here. So what you can do, you can keep like JSON, and what all the elements there you have given in the raml ID colon what is ID here, this number you will be giving payload dot id, like that. Payload dot id you will be giving, that's all. So what all the structure you are expecting, that structure you will frame it, and you will just map it, and only that 5 elements you will take. Why? Because your requirement says only to get only that 5 elements. So that is the reason you are taking your whatever you have defined in the YAML. We should be aligned, right? Okay, data, forget about the data. Forget about the data. Why? Because it is static data. At least what all required, ID, destination, price, or departure, everything here you can just mention it, and you can just from the payload only that few elements, what all the things are required, that you can map it and you can use it. Okay, but as of now I'll try to, and what I'm trying to say is like all the elements, just even though I have declared like that, I want to see all the elements so that we will have one view, right? Okay, so whatever definitely some people will be having that doubt. Hey, in Ramal madam we have declared this in this way, well, we said like in the example only these elements are required, then why you are taking all? So for our training purpose I'm keeping the whole payload, but in the real time whatever here you have declined, at least that column names it should align. You just give that name and take it from the payload, that's all. If required, you have to write for loop, that is map operator. Why? Because multiple you will be getting, right? You have to take it. Okay, that clearance I'm giving you. Is it fine? Now whatever I'm getting, I'm trying to read. Now I want to test it. Say I'm deleting. This is not required. Otherwise, I'll just toggle the breakpoint. Why? Because this is like junk data, dummy data. I don't want that junk data. I want the actual data. Right. So now what I'll try to do, I'll keep a breakpoint over here. Locally also we can test it. The beauty is that locally we can test it. So sir, for this is like for American only, for all the records I have written, but as for my requirement, as for destination I have to take, right? So I will complete even that query as well. For your understanding purpose, just I have kept it for your understanding what all the column names that are available in that database. For showcasing that, I have written a half query, but my requirement is, what is my requirement? My requirement is where it is gone here. My requirement is this one, only destination I want to keep. Here to airport is the destination one. So I'm keeping that condition, and I'll try to get, we know it. Here destination I have defined. We know it, right? If we are using destination, definitely that we have to define in our destination thing. It is query param. We know it how to define. So many examples we have done. So let me copy paste from here destination. Yeah, destination attributes query params destination. So many examples we have done on query param. So I don't think you have any queries on that. Okay, so when you are using fx, we know like flower braces, try to keep flower braces and try to get the query, yeah, using attributes parameters through query params. Using this destination, I'm tracking the input and it will be assigned to this destination, which we have defined here. So this path already you know it, no need to explain that. Okay, this is about this flow implementation. Okay, now let me deploy it and let's see how it behaves. How it, see till now from SOAP we have done many things, but if at all we are using this router console, then how this behaves we have to see now. That I'll deploy it. We have to see until a deployed message appears, right? It is deployed. Now we can see to somewhere it has shown that console URL. Somewhere I have seen that console URL. Okay, just before I have seen it. Let me check. HTTPS. Yes. Let me open that browser. Okay, I'll try to open that. See, the console, whatever that was there in our, the one which was created, this console this console will help, like it is opening in the locally. So I have deployed it locally, right? So locally for testing, it helps. If we deploy to cloud, so this will not, this will be like bypassed. This does not have any impact. Okay, this does not have any impact. Only like for local testing it helps. Even if this listener is there or not, it works. There is no harm. Okay, so if I am trying to test get, see automatically what happened. HTTP localhost API, from where we are getting this API flights, where we are getting API, from where that API is. The API was declared in the router. If you see in this listener, I have not given any separator. So automatically that console and router, it has created their own paths. After API, whatever the segregators or whatever the paths we have kept, from there it will work. So till API, it is like common core. And after API, from the RAML, it is taking that flights. Okay, so this is the one. Now destination is required, that we know it, right? So see here in this, see automatically the path is showing this one, destination SFO. Okay, if I am selecting SFO, if I am sending it, so what you can see is, this is example. Forget about this example. This is statistical data. Yeah, I have kept debug mode, right? So that is the reason it is just halting over there. The request reached here and it came to database. As I kept a breakpoint, here it stopped. I'll click on next. It has to get the details. It will take bit time. Why? Because it is MuleSoft DB, right? Definitely it takes some time. 5 records I got it. And each record is 11 elements, 11 column names from the database. Okay, and just I'm showing it. Now you could see that, see, this is plain name is this one, code is this. Okay, to airport is SFO. So if you see, all the records are to SFO only. To airport, SFO. To airport, SFO. To airport, SFO. So in this flight, the ID is 9, and it is American Airlines. Takeoff date will be this one. The code will be this. So it has given all the information related to this destination. Am I correct? See, this is the actual output, and this is the example which I have given. So this is statistical. Forget about this. If you want only these details, I explained you now in the transform activity, just to keep only these elements and try to map it from the payload. That's all. In the ID, just you keep that ID name. Destination SFO, that is to airport, you can map it. Price, you can map it. Departure date, you can map it. Only if you are tracking these elements. But what I'm trying to showcase you is like, these are all the element column values that are present in the mule database. Okay. So in this way, we got it. So if at all, if I deploy it to cloud, what happens? That also we have to check. So before doing that, let me implement another URI that is basing on ID. We have that. We have it, right? We have basing on ID as well. And one more thing is like, okay, these values we are getting from the MuleSoft database that we understood. We have the right. Any user have the right to retrieve only. Insertion to this database or deletion from this database will not work. Why? Because this database is given only for understanding purpose and how to connect other connectors for giving a view. They have given this access. Actually, this DB, in this DB we cannot insert the record. We don't have that. Why? Because that role was not given to any users. We cannot delete it. So modification on this table will not work. Why? Because they have restricted only till retaining. Why? Because the people who are practicing, they will they will spoil that table by inserting, deleting. So that is the reason those two operations they have not given to any user. Only getting the details only they have given.
But
Okay.
where is that DB? Where did we define these values?
Where we have in the connection in this here we have given now it is SQL database,
Oh, so
credentials. This
basically
is
these are coming from our SQL, whatever that flights table
huh.
actually.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is completely mule database. So in this way, I'm showcasing like how we can connect to another target system. So mule is somewhere in there they have declared it. That mule details I
Hmm.
got it, and I'm just trying to connect. In that way, I'm showcasing how to connect it to third party
How
database.
to got it, madam?
Mhm.
How to got it? Mule database.
No, in mule portal, the persons who are having like official credentials, they will get it. Okay, so as like I have like official with my office email ID, I have credentials. So somehow I have got it. You can
How
use it,
can
no
we get?
problem.
How can we get?
I'm giving you now. How can you get me? So that is the reason I'm noting down here so that you can connect from your studio.
Okay.
So these are
Uh,
all the credentials. That is what I have given.
can you go back to your API console one time? So basically this is coming from there and example data is what we are
There,
giving RAML. The
RAM.
on the other.
So,
Okay, makes sense.
yes. So see, if you want ID destination, only keep these column names and just map it in transform message. That is what I'm trying to say.
Mm, okay.
But what I'm trying to tell you is these many columns it is coming now. I am displaying, I'm showcasing you.
Mm, okay.
Okay. So you can connect. So that is what I'm writing the credentials here. That is the reason I have written everything. Host name I have given, port name I have given, username, password, database, and query I have given. So what is required for you for practice? Only this, right? Right? It makes sense now.
Yes, yes, it makes sense.
Yes. So another thing, ID. So why? Because other flows we cannot do it. Posting, insertion to this database or this table is not allowed. Is not allowed. That right was not given to any of the users. Why? Because the world across people are inserting or deleting means it spoils the database, right? The table. So that is the reason they have given only for select, up to select only they have given. Okay, right. So
Uh,
Okay, so how
Little
can we
confused.
what I'm trying to say is only select only it will work on that database. In this database, only select query only we can use it. We cannot insert. Why?
So
Because from the
is
database,
this is this a standard DB? This training?
standard DB for practice, but the people who are like us, they will be
Oh,
practicing it.
okay. I thought you created that table. Okay,
No, no,
okay.
no, no, no. They how they will give access to us? MuleSoft will not give access, na. They have given
Okay.
like for doing some samples. That is also for until select query. Others, see, think about it. So many people are learning across. If they are giving insert and delete write means they will do like lot many things and they spoil the database, na.
Yeah. So in if we would have connected our own DB, our own table, then API console
Yeah, we can do.
hmm,
Yes,
then
we
we can
can.
do
If you
data
have
and everything. Yeah, right? Yeah.
so yeah, RAML you can create there, but the database you can create your own your own credentials you can give it. So my criteria is lot many examples we have done on that, but we have
Yeah.
not connected target database, right? This is mule
Yeah.
database, which is completely target, which is not under our control.
Okay.
Okay, fine. So this is a thing. Okay, so that you are a param and deployment to cloud. Why? Because only 4 minutes is left. So anyhow, that will not complete. Okay, otherwise just I will complete that URI param and I'll just stop it so that tomorrow we can deploy it to cloud. Okay, so in the same way, ID. If I want to give ID, if I want to give ID through URI param, the same thing, right? But instead of query param, you will be using URI param. That is the only difference. And this is like payload only we are keeping, right? Payload we are trying to keep. So it is also same thing. Only like URI param you will be keeping in your URI flow. Okay, let me drag and drop that one. Let us deploy and let us test and let us stop it, and tomorrow we will try to deploy it to cloud. See, this unit testing is for what purpose? We are checking whether every connectivity and everything is fine or not. After getting the confidence to deploy it to cloud. Why? Because for cloud deployment an application almost takes 5 minutes to deploy. So if we want to test, see if any error occurred, again redeployment to cloud multiple times is not suggestible. So that is the reason the concept of debug, the concept of local testing was given. Okay, whatever is there, whatever the things are there, try to unit test here itself. Locally unit test, like you should be confident enough that okay everything is working fine, then only you take that one to cloud. And id also just I am this already we have discussed many times. That is the reason I am just copy pasting, right? Yeah, for id this is the query. See, American table only you have to give id. Again people will confuse. Let me paste it over here. So this is query param, and this query is for URI param. Okay, let me save this. Let me update this so that I can test even URI param as well. Let us build that whether it is updating or not. Let us see. Otherwise, we have to redeploy. We don't have any other option. If it is deploying, well and good. Otherwise, we have, oh, sorry. And one more thing is, I have forgotten, yeah. We can comment this, not required. And this one, you can keep it like payload. Whole thing I want to track it, right? Okay. Now I will be saving it. Let me see whether it is updating or not. Otherwise, I have to redeploy. I don't think it is doing. Let me stop the server. Try to waste time. Let me debug the project. It takes time. That is the problem. Okay, fine. That's fine. Sometimes it will not update, and looking at that and seeing instead of that, we can redeploy. So now in this case, what we will try to do, see under ID, this get method we have to. If I click on this now, what happens? ID we have to give. See, after API that flights is not coming. If I keep like 2, automatically it is taking 2. Why? Because in my rammer I have not written under flights. If I have written under flights means the separator will come. I have not written it. ID directly I have given. So after that, after API directly that ID if I am checking with ID means it will get the details. So we will get only when we deploy it properly. Let it deploy. Right, because we made changes on transfer message, right? If I hit now also it will not work. In real time also the same case. Even though if you are writing, you are doing, deploy it locally, test all the flows, whatever you use there, try to connect, try to do everything you feel, everything you find. Then only you have to deploy it to cloud. This is one of the very important interview questions people will be asking. Why? Because minor changes always we will not deploy to cloud. Cloud deployment itself will take some time, and in some organizations or some clients we need approval. Directly we should not deploy cloud. Okay, I have developed, I will deploy to server and I will test there only in runtime manager means that will not be allowed. Actually, a process will be there. Unit testing, you have to do it locally, and for moving the code to runtime manager itself, we need some approvals. We have to raise a ticket. It depends on totally client. Why? Because you don't want to mess up the environment.
It
So
is
that is the
a
reason as
separate
a
it is a separate DevOps process. Um, Nithya,
yes,
QISKit.
yeah. It is
Like for
DevOps.
yeah, MuleSoft like
No. Our people will manage. What will these developers will do is like for minor change or major change, continuously deploying. Why? Because we are dependent on vCores, right? So if environment, if we are doing those many deployments, again the question will raise from user. So in order to maintain a fair environment, see, for my client, what happens is I will do the unit testing locally. I will test it locally, and I will commit the code to centralized repository. Then, in the centralized repository in Git, we have to raise a request. See, this the code is committed. Why? Because the code deployment, some people will be deploying jars directly. Some people automation they will do. Automation in the sense they will write some pipelines. For example, Git is my centralized repository. For us it is Git. We will be committing the code there. So as soon as we are committing for our architect, so our other architects, my whatever the developers they have committed, that request will come to me whether I have to approve for that pipeline. I will be running manually. I will go there and okay, I will ask my developers, hey, everything is
oh,
completed, unit testing is completed, I will deploy it to cloud. Is that fine?
yeah,
And they will say
yeah,
like, yeah, unit testing and everything. I will run that pipeline. Then it will go and it will deploy to Cloud Hub.
yeah, understood. But do you have any documentation that will help? Like
No, that
because
is real time, Gopi. Really, that is
okay,
real time. but I'll try to get
Okay.
it. Why? Because it is project document, right? So
Yeah,
I'll try.
understood. Yeah.
I'll try my best, but yeah, I
Okay.
cannot promise, but I'll try my best. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
So Nitya, how vCode and workers work basically? By default, they have some allotment, like
No, no,
how
no, no, no. So see, I know the business. So I feel
many?
like for this API, I will get lakhs of requests. So what I will do during deployment only, see, my developers will have control only till committing of code. I will never give that control of deployment to them. Okay,
Hmm.
what I will do, so I will be speaking with client, right? When I'm speaking with the client, definitely I will be knowing the requirement. If I feel like the requests are more, the space required is more, then during deployment only I will select the vCores. More vCores, if I feel like requests comes more, means horizontal scaling or vertical scaling, myself I will decide, and I will keep like 0.2 or 0.1. That I will during deployment only we can decide, that we can change it.
So
That
if
right
you
only
have
I will
pipe,
have.
so if you have pipeline, for example, anytime something is
After
merged
deployment
to
we can change the no, after deployment we can change the vCores is something we can do on after deployment as
okay,
well. It's
okay.
not like
So
that
it
only.
depends. So it depends on the number of requests you are getting. So do they depend on, for example, we created this project. This project has a number of listeners, right? So vCore is like is
No, no,
based
no,
on
not
the
listeners. Don't take this
hmm,
listeners. See, business Amazon for in the Amazon, like crores of people will be keeping the requests. That request you have to
yeah.
keep it in mind.
Hmm.
The requests that are coming to this API,
So it's
that
application
business is
basis.
more application
Hmm.
basis. So if I,
Okay.
seriously, ours is something related to sports. So definitely they will keep like on Thanksgiving time, they will keep some, they will keep some offers. During
Hmm.
that time, actually, so many requests will come. No, no, instead of like normal days, those days it will be more requests. We are aware of it. We are aware of it. So when the Thanksgiving process is like it is about to come, then automatic we will try to change that week course so that
Hmm.
the request will not disturb. The
And
request has to process on time.
what's the relation between vCore and workers? Is there any?
No, no. See, one is for space increasing, one is for request processing. Okay. Space
Okay.
means project space, project application space. Another is request. That is that we just now we have spoken, right? That one. So
Hmm.
horizontal
Okay.
scoring, vertical scaling. I will teach. I will tell you that. Okay. So one thing
Okay.
we will be giving like horizontal scaling, and another one we will be saying like vertical scaling. But long story short, one is space increasing, another is request processing. Just increasing the vCores for processing requests, more requests.
So is increasing workers is horizontal scaling,
Yes, yes, yes,
right? Yes. Okay.
yes. Okay. So during the people who are working on support, so if they feel like the requests processing is taking a lag, they will take the approval. They will ask me, the people who are working on support team, they will ask me, hey, the requests are not processing, it is the lagging time is more. Then they will keep one mail, they will raise the request. I will give the approval. I will give the approval like for increasing the vCores. Yeah, you can increase the vCores and check it.
So that will be
Then after
basically
increase,
vertical, is it?
yeah, vertical scaling. Yes.
Hmm. Okay.
So the see, MuleSoft will not come into the picture. It is the one who is maintaining project, who has full grip. They have to take their decision. We will not
Hmm.
go to MuleSoft and we will not ask like, shall we increase vCores? Why? Because how many vCores we are using, that space we have to buy, right? Finally.
Yeah, more price. Yep.
So what I will do in that during that cases, our client is very conscious client. What we will do in development, we will reduce. Anyhow, development was done, testing was done. So no need of vCores there. One vCores there I will reduce. We will try to increase in production. So it is like only if there is no option, definitely we have to buy in that case only. Why? Because we have to give judgment even to our management. Why? Because it is costly, right? So we have having so many applications. So as the business increases, obviously the applications will are going to increase. But even then, the applications which are stabilized, we will shut down it. We will use that zero point 0.1 week or somewhere else like that.
Hmm. Okay. And do we have idea, for example, I'm using zero point 0.1 week or like how many requests it can handle per specific
9
period of time?
applications. Nine
9 applications.
applications it can handle. 9 applications. Basic applications, like not
And
heavy.
any number of requests within?
Request is something like it is scaling na again. Requests are,
Hmm.
see, vCore is size. That is what I'm saying. Horizontal scaling, vertical scaling. One is for size, one is for requests. Well, if I need space, like that scaling, I will take care. The one
Hmm.
which I increases the space.
Week or yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me hit this now. Let's see. As a, yeah, here it came. Okay, it came. Only one record I have asked, right? So only one record. Second, only ID2 I have asked. Only that ID2 it came. ID flight ID2. Okay. Now I feel I'm confident. All testing results I will keep it one document, and the developer will keep in one document. Whatever he has tested, he will keep. See, this is this function. These are all these operations I have tested. Get method, post method, input, output. All these things either in an Excel sheet or in a Word document. They will keep it, and they will just ask for approval. Whether shall we move for cloud deployment?
And
Then
testing in the API console is the best way, or do we write some
no,
unit
no,
test?
no. This is our only for unit testing. If I deploy this application, the URL will get changed. This is local host. If you see this, this is local host. That means locally you are testing. This is not Cloud Hub URL, right?
Hmm.
So what I'm trying to say is MuleSoft has given this option for at least for you guys not to take pain for local testing. It has created one console that listener.
Hmm.
If I deploy it to
Okay.
cloud, when I'm deploying it to cloud, that URL localhost will not be there. That your MuleSoft URL will be replaced. So everything will happen automatically. We don't need to think about much on that. We have to understand. Local is for our local testing. Now I'm confident. Okay, fine. Everything is working fine. I'm getting the fine. Now I will create a document and I will send for approval for cloud deployment. Immediately after reviewing this document, we will say like, okay, commit your code. I will run the pipeline. Then the like higher position work will start. Okay, I think you got the things. Okay, tomorrow we will do the cloud deployment. Okay, unit testing was done. Tomorrow we will do our local testing. Okay, is it fine? I'm closing the
Yeah.
session now.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.